Hello dear students, welcome to my channel Kaveri Science Tutorials. Today we are going to see Newton's inverse square rule or inverse square dependence on the distance. Okay? So in last lecture we have studied universal law of gravitation given by Newton, and the law states that the force of attraction between two objects is directly proportional to the product of masses and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. So how Newton was helped by the Kepler's laws to state that the force between two objects was inversely proportional to the square of distance, and that force is inversely proportional to the square of distance is called as Newton's inverse square rule. And how he was helped by Kepler's third law we will see one by step in this lecture. So today's lecture is on Newton's inverse square rule, how he was helped by Kepler's third law. So we have to assume a planet performing a circular motion, uniform circular motion around the sun like this. Sun is at the center and the planet is performing uniform circular motion around the sun. Uniform circular motion means equal distance is covered in equal interval, like a hands of the clock, and they are performing uniform circular motion. We have seen the examples. So this planet is also performing the uniform circular motion, and we have to assume that the mass of the planet is m, velocity of the planet is v, and it is performing circular motion. Therefore circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. So the distance traveled by the planet is equal to the circumference of the circle. Therefore it is 2 pi r. But we know that velocity is equal to distance upon time. Therefore 2 pi r upon t, capital T, is the time required to complete one revolution. Therefore it is the time. Instead of time we can take capital T for to complete time required to complete one revolution is called as capital T. So for that, before starting the expression, you have to remember this is the formula for magnitude of centripetal force. Normal force is equal to F is equal to ma, but centripetal force is equal to mv square by r. So in case of centripetal acceleration is given by v square by r. So you have to learn this formula. This is the formula for centripetal force is equal to mv square by r. Normal general formula as other formulas. Okay? So we have no way, we have to learn this formula for centripetal force, mv square by r, and we can start the expression. So this is the important for keeping the value of v here. Okay? So instead of v we can put 2 pi r by t bracket square. So the numerator r goes in the denominator by changing the side. So it becomes here, and 2 square is 4, pi square as it is, r square as it is. But the r goes in the denominator, t square as it is. So r square means here 2 r are there. So 1 r from the square and 1 r from the denominator get cancelled. Now at this stage we can write 1 r is remaining here only. So we can write the next step as multiplying and dividing by r square. So here we can multiply and divide by r square, and then we will get 4 as it is, m as it is, pi square as it is, r cube by t square. We will write it separately and r square below in the denominator as it is. Then by Kepler's law we know that t square by r cube is equal to k. T square by r cube is equal to k, but here we have to inverse the k because r cube by t square is given in the step. So we can write instead of that 1 by k. So we can write here 1 by k. Therefore r square as it is, all those values as it is, instead of r cube by t square we can write 1 by k, and then make the all constant in one bracket. 4 is a number, is a constant, mass is a constant everywhere, pi is the value of pi is constant everywhere, and pi square is constant. So k is a constant we have just studied. So k as it is, and these all things are in a bracket because they are constant. So we have to put a proportionality sign by removing the constant and the equal to. Then we get force is directly proportional to the square sorry, force is inversely proportional to the square of distance between the planet and the sun, and this is called as Newton's inverse square dependence on distance. And in this way Newton was helped by Kepler's third law to prove that the force acting between two objects in centripetal force may be there, the force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the two objects. Okay? So this is about the Newton's inverse square rule. एक प्लॅनेट सपोज केलंय आपण, त्या प्लॅनेटचा सर्क्युलर मोशन मध्ये मूव्ह होतोय ते अराउंड सन, आणि त्याचा मास आहे m, व्हेलॉसिटी आहे v, आणि डिस्टन्स ट्रॅव्हल्ड इज इक्वल टू द सर्कम्फरन्स ऑफ द सर्कल आहे 2πr. व्हेलॉसिटीचा फॉर्म्युला माहिती आपल्याला, 2πr इज v इज इक्वल टू डिस्टन्स अपॉन टाइम. डिस्टन्स ट्रॅव्हल्ड आहे 2πr, देअरफॉर टाइम रिक्वायर्ड टू कम्प्लीट वन रिव्होल्यूशन इज t. टाइम रिक्वायर्ड टू कम्प्लीट दॅट डिस्टन्स इज कॅपिटल T. सो v च्या जागी आपण काय ठेवू शकतो, ही व्हॅल्यू इथं आपण ठेवू शकतो. मग m ॲज इट इज, v च्या जागी ही व्हॅल्यू घेतली, सगळ्यांचा स्क्वेअर केला, ब्रॅकेटचा स्क्वेअर केला, टी स्क्वेअर, आर स्क्वेअर, पाय स्क्वेअर आणि 4, आणि हा आर हा आहे, तर साईड चेंज झाल्यानंतर काय होईल, तो डिनॉमिनेटर मध्ये जाईल. नंतर हा एक आर आणि स्क्वेअर मधला एक आर कॅन्सल होईल. त्याच्यानंतरची स्टेप करायची आहे आपल्याला, इनव्हर्स स्क्वेअर डिपेंडन्स दाखवायचे, खाली आर स्क्वेअर पाहिजे, म्हणून मल्टिप्लाइंग अँड डिवायडिंग बाय आर स्क्वेअर करणार आपण, अँड देन वी कॅन राईट लाईक धिस. आता आपल्याला हे माहितीये की आर क्यूब हा वरती आर स्क्वेअर इंटू आर किती झालं, आर क्यूब, आणि हा टी स्क्वेअर त्याच्या खाली घेतलं तर हे कुठेतरी बघितल्यासारखं वाटतं, हे काय आहे, इनव्हर्स आहे केपलर्स थर्ड लॉचं. टी स्क्वेअर बाय आर क्यूब इज इक्वल टू के बाय केपलर्स थर्ड लॉ. सो वी कॅन राईट हिअर 1/k. मग आता ह्याच्या जागी 1/k घेतलं, सगळे कॉन्स्टंट एका साईडला केले. 4 हा नंबर आहे, मास कॉन्स्टंट असतं, पायची व्हॅल्यू कॉन्स्टंट असते, आणि के इज अ कॉन्स्टंट. तर आर स्क्वेअर आपण ब्रॅकेटच्या बाहेर घेणार, आणि हे इनव्हर्स स्क्वेअर रूल, हे इनव्हर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल दाखवण्यासाठी हा ब्रॅकेट कॉन्स्टंट आणि इक्वल टू साइन जर आपण रिमूव्ह केलं तर प्रोपोर्शनॅलिटी साइन आपण घेऊ शकतो. फोर्स इज इनव्हर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द स्क्वेअर ऑफ डिस्टन्स बिटवीन द प्लॅनेट अँड द सन. सो हा आहे न्यूटन्स इनव्हर्स स्क्वेअर रूल.